Buen dia!
When are you guys getting married? Is it hard to court a beauty queen?
Jamie is not like a conventional beauty queen, I'd say.
So how long have you guys been together?
How and where did you guys meet?
Jamie was the 124th lady that I messaged on Instagram and the first that replied.
Wow, specific.
So on.
You know what? Before he was like, oh, 90th person, 100th person, 110th. Now it's 124.
I'm bad at numbers, so it keeps changing.
If you're planning to have children, how many would you like?
Two.
Two.
Boy, girl, girl.
That's my
My
preference,
preference.
but obviously I don't carry them, so we'll see.
Oh, good thing you know.
So let's go. Let's go. Buen dia. Welcome to the BUEN Show. So our guest for today are power couple.
The power means to inspire, to motivate, and to love.
So we have here Governor of Ilocos Norte, Matthew Marcos Manotoc. And of course, the beauty king of all time.
Oh,
And the
wow.
TV host also,
Okay.
Miss Jamie Herrell.
Wow.
Welcome to
That's
Ohana
introduction.
Wave.
Welcome,
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank
So this is
you.
your first time.
Thank
What can
you.
you say, sir, about Ohana Wave?
Well, I slept very well last night.
Yeah.
Good noon. Greetings to all the viewers, and galing naman ninyo mag-intro. In sync, huh?
Power couple pala tayo.
Well rehearsed. And I don't know about power couple, powerless.
Powerless.
But yeah, love the place. Obviously, very peaceful. And I was just discussing with Jay last night about this tree
Yeah.
that I really love.
Love it.
And you know, nice, cozy, Santorini, modern place.
It's
Yeah,
like
thank
if
you.
Santorini and like Hawaii had like a child together, it would be Ohana Wave. And yeah, I definitely love this tree because it really like elevates the atmosphere in the area.
Yeah.
Like when you walk in, it's just it wraps everything up like a bow, like a perfect present for people that are gonna be staying here.
And I really like your sink and shower head.
Oh,
The vintage one that looks kind
Yeah.
of bronze.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Beautiful.
vintage style, no?
Yeah.
Great bathroom.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, sir.
Now you have to feature your bathroom more often.
Yeah, I
your
have to do
social.
We have to take that in right now.
I spent an extra 10 minutes
Wow.
this morning in the bathroom.
It's
Okay.
like
'Cause it
Matt's
was
favorites in Ohana.
Beautiful.
You show
So
all
the
of the
bathroom.
bathroom like facility.
Take note, the bathroom.
It's
I
very,
even go to the bathroom when I don't need to go, actually.
but it's really stunning. It's like something that I don't know if you follow Steampunk Tendencies, like that Facebook page.
Yeah.
That's like something that you would see on that page, and I love it.
And then again, for those who don't know, they are also the ninong and ninang of our baby. So we want to thank you for accepting
Thank you so
to
much.
become the ninang of baby Keanu.
Keanu Reeves.
Well,
Ah, joke lang.
Quite literally, we named him after Keanu Reeves.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love him.
Jay told me the story last night
Yeah.
that they were watching Keanu movies during.
John Wick 4.
Lottie made the plug.
It's okay.
Our
Hi, Lottie.
baby.
Hi, Lottie.
Our firstborn
Aw.
slash daughter.
We're hoping that Keanu will become like a ninong, idol. So
Thank you. It's an honor to.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. So we'll talk with Jamie first. What's keeping you busy right now?
Well, I already work with CNN Philippines. Actually, I started with them last year as a host. But just fairly recently, like I think it was last month, I was launched to be part of their morning show called New Day. Yeah, every TTH. So I cover the weather, a pet segment. I talk about dogs. As you can see, we love fur animals. And actually all animals of all kind, like even cold-blooded animals like snakes, I can hold them. I like those. Yeah, Matt's just like, okay, now I'm bothered. And food, like culinary experiences. So that's really what keeps me busy and covering events from different parts of the Philippines. But that's like on a per project base, like with CNN. Yeah.
Nice.
What about you, brother? You're doing
Bro.
any projects right now?
Yeah, well, busy with public service.
Perfect.
So, governor of Ilocos Norte, a small province all the way up north, and would like to invite everyone to come
Everybody.
visit Ilocos Norte. In fact, we'd really like to tap the LU market also because it's halfway to Ilocos Norte, but unfortunately, people from LU end up going south and not any farther north for the most part. So we'd like to invite people from LU to please come visit Ilocos Norte and come see the only sand dunes in the Philippines are white sand beaches in Pagudpud. And of course, the gastronomic wonders in Bagnet and Empanada and Longanisa and Pinakbet Pizza and so much more. So a lot of culture, heritage, and most especially ecological attractions, ecotourism that I think quite unique. I like to say we're the only province that can offer a slice of Dubai, a slice of Boracay, and a slice of Baguio, because we also have the mountain range.
We heard it from the governor, so let's go Ilocos.
But I also want to plug in because, Halloween will be coming up soon. I know it's still September, but, October, we're already in the Burr months. And I was fairly impressed with how people really love Halloween in Ilocos. So if you want to get like that full-on experience, like what you can even experience in other countries in terms of Halloween, here in the Philippines, the best is to go to Ilocos because they have like this insanely like fun parade, Halloween parade. Everyone's like dancing and they're dressing up and there's trick-or-treating and makeup competitions and such. It's like a full-on experience, Halloween experience. You have a zombie run also, right?
Well, we used to, yeah, but we have a big parade. We have several events. We have costume competitions where it gets really gory and people take it way too seriously.
Horror houses.
Horror house, yeah.
That is amazing.
Then one town specifically, Poway,
Yeah.
has its own tradition of chanting, and each barangay sets up their own offering and display to the dead, and it's the whole 9 yards, as Jamie said. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Can we
So
Bring
anyone
piano.
wants to
Yeah,
come.
we'll
Can we
go.
just go after this, guys? I'm
called,
so game.
It's called
So game.
Semana Tiar-Arya,
Okay.
which is basically almost a week long celebration. I think it comes from our indigenous side, our tribal side, wherein some people say not necessarily religious, but I believe in ancestor worship and honoring my forefathers and my ancestors, and I think that's where it comes from.
Really cool. It's definitely something like you have to experience.
So, Jamie, what is one thing people don't know about you? Because you've done a lot, you're so successful in what you do. What's something that you want to tell everybody?
I think I'm a homebody. Well, I think my close friends or people that I know that. I don't really like going out, like compared to before. So I usually just like staying at home and being with my dog. So I think that's one thing that not a lot of people know about me.
I can answer that. She
Oh, okay.
is scarily competitive when it comes to board games and any sort of games of that sort. She's really, really competitive because she grew up
With
her
siblings that are also
siblings.
competitive.
Yeah. So like, what do you guys play?
But I think people know I'm competitive in general. I mean, I joined pageants.
No, but like
I'm
board
competitive,
games, like card games.
Like Cranium, card games, Taboo, Monopoly, basically anything. Like I guess I am somewhat like I don't come across competitive, but once it calls for it, you're like, oh wait, she has this
her
side
whole,
pala.
her whole demeanor changes.
I'm nervous to play a board game
Yeah.
with you
Yeah,
now.
but it's not to the point where it's nasty though. It's like,
Okay.
what? Hey, he's competitive too, okay? He's competitive too.
No, because I just give up. I'm terrible at those things, so I kind of just give up. Wherein like Jamie's like hyper competitive.
Because I know like I have a chance of winning.
Yeah.
But I think the same thing also. Like remember when we played tennis and I basically give up even before we start hitting the ball around. Like I'm like, okay, I know I'm not gonna be good. I'm gonna do my best, but I'm not gonna take it that seriously.
That's not your best then.
No, what I mean, see, competitive, right there. See, right there. Like like just have a good time.
So honest.
Just
What
know when to
about
have
for
a good time.
governor? What's one thing about that people don't know about?
He's competitive too. Oh, wow.
This is the competitive.
You got it.
No, I'm not competitive. You're competitive. Joke. I had 2 cups of coffee today. I would say he's actually like very sweet. I think people know that though. What do people not know about you? Oh yeah, he likes his like you know the container of like your toothpaste. He wants like that top part clean at all times.
So governor is very OC.
I
Yeah.
was
OC.
side of
Okay,
the
so
OC,
Yeah, he's so OC. Even like with his schedules. We have to schedule our vacations. Okay, like this time we have to be there. And he kind of like doesn't like it like if there's no schedules. So he's a very organized man.
So let's talk about love this time.
Do we really
So
talk about that?
first question, how and where did you guys meet?
Instagram.
So, Jamie was the 124th lady that I messaged on Instagram and the first that replied.
Wow, specific.
So on.
What? Before he was like, oh, 90th person, 100th person, 110th. Now it's
I've added
124.
numbers, so it keeps changing.
It keeps
But
changing.
basically, we had mutual friends, so I
Yeah.
think we had heard of each other. And
I haven't
I
heard of you
messaged
until
her
you messaged
as I
me.
messaged on as I mentioned on Instagram, and it just so happened that she followed me, and so I did not go to the requests tab. I was in the primary tab of the messages, right? Because if you don't follow someone or don't know someone, you don't see the message immediately, right? So thankfully she saw it, and I asked her for coffee,
Did you hear that? He said thankfully she
harmless
saw it.
coffee.
Okay.
And she agreed because we had mutual friends and we just so happened to be in LA at the time. And during the coffee, I mentioned that it was a date. And then she said, "Oh, it's a date?" And I said, "No, it's not a date if you don't want it to be a date. This is coffee."
Tricked you. He tricked you.
It was
Coffee.
but that's where our conversation like
Yeah.
just started to like go on and on because we were basically dissecting like why do guys say coffee or like lunch instead of date? And he was
Because
like,
this is why we do it. Because it works.
it works. He's like, because if you say it's a date, there's a higher chance of the girl saying no. But if you say coffee, it sounds harmless. I'm like, harmful ka pala, joke lang. But parang ganon.
So
But
it's a
it
tip
was-
pala. Tip ha?
Yeah.
Ask coffee.
For guys. It was so hilarious. Like, we were actually discovering a lot about each other. Like, I even asked him, what do you do? And he was like, oh, I dabble in politics. And I was like, oh, yeah. So, like, I was scrolling briefly on your socials, and I saw you met the former first lady of the Philippines. What was that like? And he's like,
You had no
that's my
idea.
grandma. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Didn't do your research.
I didn't do my research. I thought I just scroll and that's enough. But you have to really look at the caption and
Girl,
everything.
yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god.
Hanggang pictures lang.
Hanggang picture.
Is it hard to court a beauty queen?
Well, Jamie is not like a conventional beauty queen, I'd say. She's, very simple and down to earth and straightforward and humble. So I'd say that's what obviously attracted me to her is that she was just like very unpretentious. She had no air, she didn't have a whole entourage, didn't think so much of herself.
Walang
Very like
budget.
grounded and realistic.
Walang budget mag-entourage ako sa LA pa. Imagine you pay dollars to have an entourage.
No, but
Forget
here,
about
right?
it.
Like usually if it's a beauty queen, there's a lot of things and
Yeah,
maybe
I agree.
complications around them. But Jamie was very genuine,
Very sweet.
very kind, and so, and also very driven in her own way. She had her flip-flops, her slippers business,
Yeah, the East
right?
West,
And
yes.
she, I saw that she really wanted to make something of her and for herself
Yes,
and her
yes.
family, which I really appreciated.
And you guys can buy the Isla slippers at front at
Yeah, you can.
Wave.
Yeah.
Plug in.
It's available here, the Isla sleepers.
So how long have you guys been together?
Almost 5
This is our
years.
5th year, yeah.
5 years.
Almost
Wow.
5 years.
What's the secret for those watching?
You guys know the secret. You've been together for a while. You guys have a kid together.
Interviewing us, Jamie.
Do I hear a kid next?
Yeah.
Interviewing
Our kid.
us.
My mom wanted grandchildren. I'm like, Mommy, this is Charlotte.
Wait, what's the secret? I don't think we have a secret. Yeah, we don't
I think we're
fight.
friends
I
more
think
than
we
anything.
yeah we bicker. We bicker once in a while, but Jamie's really patient, so I think she knows when I'm annoyed, not necessarily at her, but just at life, and I'm taking it out on her mildly. So she's very self-aware, I'd say, and has a lot more patience than me.
When you guys do, sorry.
Huh?
Go
No,
on.
it's fine.
When you guys do bicker, how do you resolve the conflict then?
I think we just try to talk it out as much as possible. But
Denial.
What?
Sorry.
Denial that there's a bicker.
Move
I
on.
mean, Yeah, I mean,
Put it under the
sometimes-
rug.
Yeah, I think sometimes we can agree to disagree, especially like if it's something that is not necessarily like that big of a like like you know, because sometimes like as a couple, right? Like you bicker about the little things, and then you realize like, is this really worth bickering about? And then so you can just agree to disagree and then move forward with your life. But if it's something like that's kind of big, and then you feel like your emotions are getting the best of you, and we both at times notice that, we kind of just like say like, okay, like right now we're kind of like getting too emotional here, so let's just like take a break really quick. And when I mean take a break, I mean like let's just like cool down first, and then after that, like let's say an hour or so, we get back and we talk about it like grown-ups. And I think that's the best
By 1
way.
hour, she means 1 day.
No, not one day.
Selective amnesia, basically.
So yeah, and I
That's
think
the
that's
method.
great. Because others, they keep on going and going, like in terms of how they argue, and then it ends up like blowing up, and then they just, you know, go wild, right? Like I think we've never gone that far, thankfully.
Who spoils more?
Ooh.
Who spoils each other?
You spoil
more?
me more.
Maybe.
Oh, the bad.
No, I heard that agree. Like,
Wait.
yeah, maybe. Yeah. He actually spoils me more.
So then who's
actually.
jealous more?
Who gets
Me.
jealous?
Him also.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So we've actually done this before, like with my business partner, my former business partner. And she asked so many questions, like who gets jealous more, who spoils more, who does this more. And then Matt is like, me, and I'm like always pointing at him. And she was like, oh, so ano, ikaw Jamie, what do you put in the relationship? Because everything is Matt. Like Matt. Diba?
Positive and negative. More negative. I think it's like a silly, macho, territorial trait, right? That guys,
Look at him. Ask him.
right? Try to be like possessive,
What's the
right?
bad thing?
Or protective.
Yeah.
I think it comes from that. Not that I'm proud of it, but
No, but you know what? In the fairness of Matt, I can still hang out with my friends, and like there's like no judgment whatsoever on his end. Like if we stay up late or we want to hang out, and you know, like I think we just inform each other of what we're doing. But overall, like I love how in our relationship we can
The
also
trust.
have other things
The trust.
aside of what's in the relationship, and yeah, it's just good in that way. Like we don't basically control each other's life, right?
Because you trust each other.
Yeah, I think it like the foundation of trust is strong.
I tried it. It doesn't work.
How do you soften up if your partner, like
To get what you
Oh,
want.
to get what you want, like
To get what I want,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm manipulative in that sense, wherein I will be like, oh, I want this bag, I'll soften him up. Like, no. Do you mean in terms more of like where to go for brunch or something?
Anything you want. How do you,
Okay,
how do you be like, hey, babe, I'm going to do this?
Oh, so if
I want
ever
this.
like he's a bit like let's say like he's like very like there's too much on his plate because of work, I just throw Lottie at him and he calms down. And then there you go.
so si Lottie
Like,
pala is the key.
yeah, Lottie is key. Charlotte is key.
Yeah, Lottie's an interesting story also. So, Jamie always wanted a dog, and I was always a bit anti-dog. Never a dog person. Always thought they were like a nuisance. But last year, right?
You were open to it.
Last year for her birthday, you know, I didn't know what to get for her birthday, so I just decided, okay, I'll get her a dog.
But oh my god.
But-
you know, when he mentioned, sorry to cut you off, but I just really need to say this. So like we were in Pancake House after my birthday and he was like, so I need to talk to you about something. And the way he said it was with a really straight face and we were eating and I was just like, oh my god. Like I thought everything was okay and he looked so serious. Is he gonna tell me something really bad? Like, does he want to like break up after my birthday? Like my birthday just ended. Like, did he just wait? Because it's like bad to like, you know, tell somebody bad news on their birthday, right? And he was like, I have to talk to you about something. I was like, what? My eyes like lit up and he's like, I was planning to get you a dog and then all of a sudden I started breaking down crying and I'm like, it's a dog, oh my god, he's gonna get me a dog. So yeah, okay.
So I've had a bad
so
experience
happy.
with dogs before, with gifting dogs before. I've had a bad experience. So my one and very firm prerequisite was, okay, let's get a dog, but you pick the dog. Because I want to make sure you like the dog, you keep the dog, and you know, there are no, because it can be tricky, right?
Yeah.
It's not an easy process. So we found Charlotte, actually just kind of happenstance, like very luckily, she bumped into someone who had
3 King Cabs.
yeah,
that look like
Cavalier King
Lottie.
Charles, the specific breed that she wanted. And so she's converted me to a dog dad. And I, you know, sometimes it's a bit sad because when I get back to Manila, I'm greeting and hugging Lottie before Jamie at the airport. And, you know, before I go to bed, well, I guess I can say this. So Jamie's asleep, so I'm like hugging and kissing and greeting Lottie goodnight. She's the last one I say goodnight to. And I
True
say,
love. True
yeah,
love.
I'm
Yeah,
like
true love.
expressing my love to dogs and posting dogs on my Instagram, and I'm wondering to myself, you know,
How did you become this
Yeah.
person?
The things he
who
does
am
for love.
I?
He loves her so much that we got another dog, Burmy,
Aw.
for Ilocos. He's like puppy fever. Like he loves dogs.
That's cute. That's
But
cute.
if you have children, if you're planning to have children, how many would you like?
2.
Boy, girl,
My,
girl,
my,
girl.
that's my
My
preference,
Preference.
but obviously I don't carry them, so we'll see.
Oh, good thing you know.
So let's go. Let's go quick talk, baby.
All
So
right.
quick talk.
Are you ready? Have some fun.
Okay.
Lights on and lights off.
Light on.
Lose your eyesight or lose your hearing.
Hearing.
Beach.
How about for golf? Lose your eyesight or lose
Yeah, hearing.
hearing.
Yeah.
Beach or mountain?
Mountains.
Beach.
Beach.
Visit the future or go back in time.
Visit the future.
Back in time.
Happiness or chocolate?
Happiness.
When is the
Chocolate is happiness.
Okay. When is the best time for happiness?
Always.
Anytime.
Anytime. Have a plan or go with the flow?
Vacation. Go with the flow.
Plan.
Plan.
For
Quick.
vacation.
Quick or loud? Quiet. Quiet or loud?
Quiet.
What is
I
the
like
great
quick and loud.
You like quick and loud?
It's a dual thing there.
What is the greatest risk you've ever taken?
Bungee jumping.
How about you, Gov?
Entering public service.
Okay.
Actually, that's pretty tough.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
No.
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 Attraction, not love.
Okay. When are you guys getting married?
Soon?
Soon. Wow.
Wedding bells.
There's no. Well, there is, but it's from an old
OMG.
lady. It's not from.
Woo!
Not immediate, but soon.
Soon. Kare-kare or pinakbet?
Pinakbet because I'm allergic to peanuts.
Pinakbet pizza.
Pinakbet.
Ilocos
sarap.
Norte
That's
specialty.
something
So
different.
good.
Fancy restaurant or local food?
Local food.
Local food, street food.
Yeah, it's the best.
Hotel or Airbnb?
Ohana Wave.
Ohana wave. Comedy or drama?
Comedy,
Comedy,
Coffee or tea?
coffee.
coffee.
Most beautiful country you guys have visited?
Austria, Vienna.
Austria. You agree?
Qualify.
For you, Austria?
Vienna.
Vienna,
Yeah.
Austria.
Austria, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know. Italy?
Italy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot, but Vienna has a close place to my heart because I used to be based there for 3 months.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Looks or intelligence?
Intelligence.
Looks.
Preferably.
No, pick one.
Okay, wait.
Going back to this
Okay,
question.
go back.
Wait.
Dog has an explanation.
There
Okay.
you go.
No, just simple. Honesty, right? I try to be
Yeah.
truthful.
So, looks or
Looks or
intelligence?
intelligence? You're picking both here.
Just one.
Well,
Looks
I mean,
first.
everyone wants both, right? We want
Yeah.
the best of both worlds, but I'm gonna go for intelligence.
Looks and then intelligence and then looks again.
Okay.
There's the answer.
Tiny house or big house?
Tiny house,
Tiny house.
but not too tiny. Like, how tiny is tiny? Like,
Well, how tiny is tiny to you?
After.
no. I don't know. Like, does the garden count as part of the structure of the house, or because I'd love to have a garden at least. So Lottie can just go out and walk.
So just the
So,
garden, no
tiny house, big garden.
Small house with garden, yes.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
That's perfect.
With an outdoor kitchen. Wow.
Okay.
That's a lot.
So much for being simple. Anyways, Matt's like, nah. High maintenance.
Eat in or eat out?
Eat
Out.
in.
Eat in?
Because you
Okay.
can just deliver food and then there, you have food from outside.
Yup, agree on
But
that.
no one outside can have food that you cook inside.
Movies or karaoke?
Movies.
Movies. We don't sing. We're very terrible singers. So
For Jamie, have you eaten dinding?
yes, and I love it. I love the squash flower. It's one of my favorite fruit.
Yeah.
Soups. I didn't say fruit. Soups.
Yeah. So dinding is an Ilocano food. So.
Yeah.
It's like a stew.
It's like an
blood stew.
utan. It's
Yeah.
like an utan Bisaya like version of the north.
Yeah.
Because we have something similar in Cebu, but of course, like the vegetables are different. But the broth is basically the same. It's like vegetable broth. But I really love dinding.
Sarap.
So let's inspire people. So any tips how to become successful in what you do? As a governor, as a TV host, beauty queen?
I would just say to I think one of the key factors in being successful as much as possible is finding something that you're passionate about, because then that will drive you to do well in whatever you're doing. But also to be realistic, like when to take a step back and look at the whole picture. But then at the end of the day, working hard, but most especially working smart. Because I think that would always beat a person that's working hard is when you work smart, right?
Right.
Because then you know how to get around like quicker. So I think that's the main thing for me in terms of being successful and honing your skills as much as possible.
Well, I think firstly, you have to define success, right? And what success is to you, it's so subjective. But obviously, as you say, when you find your passion and your purpose, I think planning, preparing, improving yourself, executing, networking, strategizing, all of these things. It's there's no one mold fits all, and it really varies. But preparing and knowing the right people, sadly, can be the keys, and persistence and diligence, of course.
So to follow up with that, how do you want to be remembered?
Just as a good person.
For Jamie,
And Jamie.
how do you want to be?
Pretty much the same thing. I mean, I don't really need to be remembered, I would say. I just want to make sure like I've done good in the world, and that whatever I've done in life would bring a positive impact to people in the future. So that's basically what I want. Like a legacy, even if it's not my name on it, like plastered anywhere or whatever.
Very nice.
I'll remember you if I'm still alive.
Oh, you definitely have to outlive me. I oh my god.
It's a
If
big
you die
though.
first, I would like I would die of heartbreak if you die first.
Wow, what a somber ending, huh?
Okay, last question for Gov. So, do you have any plans of running to a higher position?
Hello.
Jay is like secretly political, man. Maybe, but not very high. I'm a reluctant public servant, and I don't particularly enjoy a lot of the complexities and headaches that come with it. But I obviously appreciate the the amazing platform that it allows you to have to give back and to help people, and you really see the effect, the positive effect you can have on communities, which is something that I'm very, very grateful for and something that I treasure. But it's not easy.
Okay.
It's not
Okay.
easy at all.
Next question. Why are you saying I'm secretly political?
No, Jay.
Oh!
You're not the only Jay here.
Not Jamie.
Today, Jay is the more important Jay. Jay of Ohana Wave.
But I felt it so personal. I'm like,
Would you like to invite people to come here in Ohana Wave? Like,
yes, if ever you're visiting La Union, I highly recommend that you come to Ohana Wave, because not only that you have such great ambience here, and of course a lot of greenery right beside like the beach, but at the same time, like, you have these two that will welcome you with open arms and provide you the best service, the best accommodations, and yeah, like, what else can you ask for, right? So, and they do it with a smile.
Yeah, please come visit Ohana Wave. We're pleasantly, not pleasantly surprised, but we're happy, and all the positive reviews online are well deserved, and
Thank you.
you'll enjoy your stay here,
Thank you.
and you'll love the fig tree that we
Thank you
are
so
currently
much,
sitting
Governor.
under.
Thank you so much. So we have a simple, and we want to welcome you formally to
Yes, so
Ohana
Jamie,
Wave.
we have some flowers just for you to say hello and welcome.
Oh, Ohana. Thank you, thank you.
Welcome to the Ohana family.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you. Thanks,
thank
bro.
you so much.
Appreciate you,
Idol,
man.
Thank
idol.
you so much for having
Thank you,
us.
thank you.
Yay.
And thank you.
Buen dia!